audience wants to know from each of you, what should we be doing in the future to improve the finances of the Kenosha Unified School District? Maybe a look to the past at what we can do to clean up the CDO mess. We'll start with Mr. Newsom.
Thank you for starting that question with me. The CDO is a mess. I have no clue on how to solve that. I just wonder how we got there in the first place. I do know that whatever we do affects everybody around here, and it affects the other government agencies. And you know, the school board is a government agency, and in fact has the biggest budget for. It has a bigger budget than both the city and the county together. So they have a great effect on it. I believe that the insurance, having a conflict of interest is what we have with the insurance, and I just probably lost a lot of votes. But it is a definite conflict of interest to have the teachers union owning the insurance company. There's $7 million sitting there. Every year, $7 million. We can get that back. And maybe we can use it, half of it, you know, because I'm used to win-win negotiations. I do know how to do negotiations. I think everybody needs to win in all negotiations. You take half of that and incentivize teachers, and take other half and reduce the mill rate. There's other issues there. I think Pam was put in a very, very difficult situation with negotiating the contract, and I'm not going to comment on that contract, but I think that the city and the county both took no raise in pay. So, you know, it was a difficult situation for Pam, and I respect what she had to do. I just think that we can do better things with a lot of different issues here. So, thank you.
Ms. Stevens.
Yes. It was a very difficult situation for Pam and I. But we put in a lot of hours, we put in a lot of time, and we did come up with a contract. Again, insurance issues, definitely a huge concern for the cost, and we will continue to look at that. As far as the CDO goes, again, another very difficult situation. My understanding is the previous board was trying to solve a problem with the OPEB, the other retirement benefits. There's a huge number out there for the next 30 years of about $240 million that has to be paid out. They sincerely were trying to solve a problem. One of the issues that happened in our country, as you all know, is there is a problem with the stock market, with the ratings, with the bonding. I was fortunate to be able to go. I was very concerned. I went to federal court. I thought we have no chance whatsoever in federal court to get anyone to really hear this story and help us with this situation. I do believe it was fraud. I do believe that we have a case. Now, again, that can be long and drawn out. Anybody that's been in a lawsuit understands that. I went to the court hearing. I heard the motions. We had 12 motions. All 12 motions were allowed. Am I concerned? You bet I am. Do I think we're on the right course of action? I think we are with the information that we have at this time. Again, from my perspective, I don't think that borrowing $37 million to invest is a good situation. However, I can tell you that I believe it is a definite, clear, and case of fraud, the way it was presented as a AA when they were really selling B rated. And I know there's people in the room that have talked to me about this over and over again, and I have listened to their concerns, and I am very concerned. It's a huge issue for this district. I think we need to continue on the course we're at right now and see where we're at in April, and continue to monitor that situation and make decisions based on information that will come out.
Mr. Funk.
It certainly has been a very frustrating period for me, and I can guarantee you that I think about it every day. Pam and I and the other 5 constituents made a decision that turned against us. Is it an embarrassment? Yes. Is it a concern? Like I said, every day. You had 7 individuals who felt that they were going in the right direction. We had representation from financial agencies. We had specific law firms involved, as well as investment firms. And we relied on, quote, the experts, unquote. I feel, and as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago in the paper, that we have to play it out. I think we will be vindicated. And I think that we will win in the end. Will it take time? Yes. And it certainly has been frustrating already.
Mr. Gallup?
I'm definitely not going to claim to be an expert in finance. So I do think this CDO issue is going to be a thorn in this district's side for a long time. There's difficult situations. I mean, this whole board is about difficult situations and difficult decisions that need to be made. You rely on people to give you the right information and you act upon it. I wasn't involved in those meetings. I wasn't, I don't know what was promised. I don't know what was said. But, it gets to a point where a decision is going to have to be made by the district. I mean, millions of dollars have been spent already to get us to this point, and litigation hasn't even started yet. $37 million, what are we willing to spend to get that back, if we can even get it back? And I understand the idea of the fraud. I mean, yeah, you can prove fraud, you can get your triple your damages back. It's a lot of money. What if we don't get it? Are we going to spend another $15 million trying to collect the 37? I don't know the right answer here. Just know that it's going to haunt us for quite a while.